Let's pay homage to the Buddha, the fully enlightened one. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. I will pay respect to the Buddha, fully enlightened one. Buddho Buddhaya Dipiti Tantoyo Dhammataya Sa Dhammataya Tanto Dhammantino Adrenaya Sa Nibuddho Nibbanataya Tan Lokadrenanami Lokadreno Lokadromai Buddhaya Tasu Pitamudo Yo nago Buddha naga miro yadiya sindi atutta chinya swapyadi Buddha tisali kurorai to 20 no mui pye Oraya sa chataita du bolu rokutu tenle tija bazi jinchu nalagao Tanto kuranga bikili Tanto kuroga biyinchiro mubi pyue Dhammataya sa chataita du bolu rokutu menyin yinchi jazi chin nalagao Tanto kuranga bikili taupu kate inyin mubi pyue Dhammataya sa chataita du bolu rokutu menyin kilita punyin jabazi chin alagao Tino atanaya nawangajango Kutan tochal kuroraya pi pye daliyen Drenaya sa kuro tatu chataitu rome budawan malakando Kutan tochal ya jabazi jinju nalagao Nibuddho kilita pranidhan vinsanyote Kurorai inyin no mui pyue Nibbanataya sa kuro tatu venilu Roku kate nyin jabazi jinju nalagao Dhamman nizili na dhammasaku Didi di gruna shita mita pye Hojaro mukhe babi Lokadrena lokatumai kuzaya tasu pito mudo Danaga Buddha naga miro yadiya sindi atotatu myaswapyago Nami namami kono nalong tong zong pyang pyo Nango sho yue gado myano lesong mo yue Shiko nyopa yi myaswapya myaswapya On last Sunday, I've explained the importance of the concentration. As I have told all of you, quoting the words of the Buddha, to see the Buddha, what must we see? We must see the Dhamma. Who sees the Dhamma sees the Buddha. Who sees the Buddha also sees the Dhamma too. So to know and to see the Dhamma, Buddha said, Bhikkhus develop concentration. The one who is concentrated knows and sees things as they really are. And also, as I have told on last Sunday, for a person lacking right concentration, seeing things as they truly are is destroyed. The turning away from and fading away of passion is destroyed. The opportunity for liberation is destroyed. For who? For a person who is lacking right samadhi. Seeing things as they truly are is destroyed. The opportunity for liberations is destroyed for those who are lacking of right concentration. Do you all remember what is right concentration? First jhana, the Buddha said, first jhana concentration, second jhana concentration, third jhana concentration, and fourth jhana concentration are called right concentration. So if a person is lacking of such right concentration, seeing things as they really are is destroyed. So if we want to see things as they really are, we all need to develop concentration. There is no any other way to know the things truly as they really are. Only by developing concentration and practicing systematically, step by step, we can expect to see or to know the truth as they really are. As the Buddha said, who sees the Dhamma sees me. So in the teachings of the Buddha, there are three kinds of true Dhamma. Do you know what they are? Saddhamma. Have you ever heard this word? Saddhamma. I'm not calling you. My disciple is looking at me. His name is Venerable Saddhamma. Yeah, very good name. There are three types of true Dhamma. What are they? Pariyatti Saddhamma, Patipatti Saddhamma, and Pativeda Saddhamma. What are they? Pariyatti Saddhamma, it is learning the teachings of the Buddha. Learning intellectually or theoretically. Patipatti Saddhamma, it is practicing. So if we talk about the practicing, there will be a training of morality. It includes in the practicing the training of morality, the training of concentration, and the training of insight. They are Patipatti Saddhamma. the true teachings related to training, 3 trainings, or some other miscellaneous things, but we can put all them into 3 trainings. The last one is Pativeda Saddhamma. It is attainment of pardon fruition. Attainment of pardon fruition knowledges are called Pativeda attainment. Related to this, Buddha has given one of the discourse in this Nidana Vegga Sanyutta. The name of the talk is The Counterfeit of the True Dhamma. What is the meaning of counterfeit? Counterfeit? Sally, what is the meaning of counterfeit? Unreal. Right? Venerable Nanda?
Yeah. Wrong false imitation.
Fault. Wrong imitation. Like, we know gold. If it is unreal, it is counterfeit gold. Now, the name of the talk is The Counterfeit of the True Dhamma. In Pali, Saddhamma Patirupaka. Saddhamma is true Dhamma. Patirupaka is unreal or counterfeit of the true Dhamma. On one occasion, the Blessed One was dwelling at Savuti in Jeta's grove, Ananta Pendika's park. Where was the Blessed One dwelling? Ananta Pendika's park. Then the Venerable Markasapa approached the Blessed One, paid homage to him, sat down to one side, and said to him, Venerable Sir, what is the reason? What is the cause? Why formerly there were fewer training rules, but more bhikkhus were established in final knowledge? Why now there are more training rules, but fewer bhikkhus are established in final knowledge? Formerly, for 20 vasas, Buddha didn't need to lay down many rules for bhikkhus. Only after 20 vasa, at the time, many rules are laid down by the Buddha. So related to this, the Venerable Markasapa said to the Buddha, why formerly there were fewer training rules, but more bhikkhus were established in final knowledge? Do you know what is a final knowledge? Arahant, path, and fruition. Knowledge is called the final knowledge. When there were fewer training rules, more bhikkhus were established in the final knowledge, arahant and fruition. But why there are more training rules, fewer bhikkhus are established in final knowledge. So the Venerable Mahakassapa asked, what is the reason? What is the cause? You know? So Buddha gave an answer. That's the way it is, Kassapa. That's the way it is. When beings are deteriorating, do you understand the meaning of deteriorating? Sorry for those who are native speaker. I'm asking for those who are speaking English as a second language. I want to help them to understand whatever I give, whatever I explain to them. When beings are deteriorating, it means when beings become inferior in character or becomes worse in character, and the true Dhamma is disappearing. There are more training rules, but fewer bhikkhus are established in final knowledge. Divinity, as you all know, all the people in the world, they are pursuing after the sensuality. Because of craving towards the sensuality. Doing many things, both good and bad. Because a lot of sensuality, they oppressed their mind. It is very oppressive. Because of this reason, they are very busy. Also, they could not or they cannot practice morality. They cannot think about to practice the morality. People's morality are divided, declining. In the same way, in time of the Buddha, I believe people, those who practice morality will be much more than nowadays. Also, those who met with the Buddha are those who have fulfilled the Bharami in their past life. Because of this reason, they have capability to realize the Dhamma. They have attained Arhanpat and fruition knowledges. But after Buddha spent 20 varsas later, at that time, compared to the former time, people, those who practice morality, those whose character is good, become fewer, divided. At that time, Buddha laid down many rules, but fewer bhikkhus are established in the attainment of God. Fewer bhikkhus are established in the final knowledges, such as Arhanpat and fruition knowledge, and others too. So, the Buddha gave an answer. That's the way it is, Kassapa. When beings are deteriorating and the true Dhamma is disappearing, there are more training rules, but fewer bhikkhus are established in final knowledge. Kassapa, the true Dhamma does not disappear so long as a counterfeit of the true Dhamma has not arisen in the world. What does the Buddha say? Kassapa, the true Dhamma does not disappear. So long as the counterfeit of the true Dhamma has not arisen in the world. But when the counterfeit of the true Dhamma arises in the world, then the true Dhamma disappears. So you all need to know what is the true Dhamma. What is counterfeit of the true Dhamma? Only then you can get the opportunity to practice the true Dhamma. You can get the opportunity to see the Buddha. If you believe in the counterfeit of the true Dhamma, it is impossible for you to realize the Dhamma as they really are. Only if you have right knowledges on true Dhamma, what is the true Dhamma, what is the counterfeit of the true Dhamma, only at that time you can choose the right one, and you can neglect or you can reject counterfeit of the true Dhamma, untrue Dhamma. Do you remember what I have told you, to all of you? What are the three kinds of true Dhamma? Learning, practicing, and attaining, realization of Nibbana, or attainment of path and fruition knowledge. These three types of Dhamma are called true Dhamma. And Buddha continued, just as Kassapa, gold does not disappear so long as counterfeit gold has not arisen in the world. But when counterfeit gold arises, then true gold disappears. So the true Dhamma does not disappear so long as the counterfeit of the true Dhamma has not arisen in the world. But when the counterfeit of the true Dhamma arises in the world, then the true Dhamma disappears. So Buddha is talking about true Dhamma and counterfeit of the true Dhamma. And he continued, it is not the earth element, Kassapa, that causes the true Dhamma to disappear, nor the water element, nor the heat element, nor the air element. It is the senseless people who arise right here who cause the true Dhamma to disappear. I believe many of you have such knowledges. One day, this world, the world we live in, will be destroyed by sometime fire, sometime by wind, sometime by water. But now Buddha says, the true Dhamma will not disappear, will not disappear by the earth element. The true Dhamma will not disappear by the cause of water element, by the cause of heat element, or by the cause of air element. It is because of the senseless people who arise right here Who caused the true Dhamma to disappear? Here, every word has its meaning. If I just say this, you will not understand what the Buddha said. Who are the senseless people who arise right here? What destroy? What does the iron destroy by? What is the iron destroyed by? Can you give me an answer?
Destroy the fire. I will can destroy the fire.
When we keep iron outside, so finally, what happened? What we call? Corrosion. Corrosion. Huh? How to spell?
R-U-S-T.
R-U-S-T. Do you get it? What is the iron destroyed by? Eh? Anyway, maybe the cause of disappearing of the iron, maybe we can say water and air, but finally it becomes rust. Right? Rust, especially rust, destroy the iron. Maybe in our language we say tango tanji. How to say in English? Maybe you have no such idea, I think. Especially what I want to say. Iron is destroyed by the iron. Do you get it?
The dust of the iron, the rust of the iron destroys it.
Yes. The rust of the iron destroys itself.
Of the iron. The iron itself.
Yes. So I repeat it. The rust of the iron destroys the iron itself. Do you get it? Do you agree with me? Yeah, this is what we say, tango tanji pye. Do you want to repeat after me? Tango tanji pye. Yeah. The rust of the iron destroys the iron itself. Yeah, this is truly what we say in Myanmar. In the same way, Buddha said, it is not the earth element that causes the true Dhamma to disappear. Also, it is not the water element that causes the true Dhamma to disappear. It is also not the heat element that causes the true Dhamma to disappear. Also, it is not the air element that causes the true Dhamma to disappear. It is my disciples, those who are bhikkhu, who appear in my order. They destroy the true Dhamma. They are the causes of the true Dhamma to disappear. Who maintain the teachings of the Buddha after Buddha took final Nibbana? No answer? Who are maintaining the true teachings of the Buddha after Buddha took final Nibbana? Sangha. It's Sangha. From one generation to another. We are very grateful to those Mahatera, our senior brothers. They have sustained this true Dhamma because of their efforts. Until now, the true teachings of the Buddha is remained without any changes, without anything, without removing, without modifying in the Theravada teachings. That's why if we want the Dhamma to prolong in the world, and if we want people to experience the taste of the Dhamma, if we want people to know and see the true Dhamma, if we want people to know and see, or people to know and to see the true Dhamma, or to see the Buddha, the main thing is to sustain the true Dhamma. So I will repeat the words of the Buddha. It is a senseless people. Senseless people, this is their translation. In Pali, Buddha said, Moga Purisa. Moga Purisa. Buddha sometimes called or named someone. This is a Moga Purisa to a certain bhikkhu. If he is the one who cannot attain any attainment, or who cannot attain now, later, after improving himself in everything, he can improve. To make him feel shame of all the wrong actions that he or she is doing, Buddha named them Moga Purisa. Are you a Moga Purisa? So Moga Purisa, they are the cause of the true Dhamma to disappear. Not the earth element, not the water element, not the fire element, not the wind element. It is the Moga Purisa. The Buddha used Moga Purisa. Purisa, not only the man, but also the woman too. Purisa, we can translate it into man. Okay? Also, Moga Purisa include all of you. If you don't do your practice, if we don't do our practice, we will be Moga Purisa. Also, Buddha continued, the true Dhamma does not disappear all at once, in a way a ship sinks. When we load, or when we put a heavy load in the ship, and if we put overload, what happens? So it sinks. But Buddha said, the true Dhamma does not disappear all at once. In a way, a ship sinks. So it is explained in the commentary. It is interesting. It is very interesting. As I have told all of you, the true Dhamma, there are three kinds of true Dhamma: learning, practicing, and realization or attainment of path and fruition knowledges. The one who fulfills the duty of learning, the one who knows the teachings of the Buddha thoroughly very well, as if he is loading more and more on him. You get it? Because of learning more and more, he knows more and more. Like we put load in the ship, the one who is fulfilling the duty of learning also, as if he is putting load more and more. But because of doing so, it will not be the cause of the Dhamma, the cause of the Dhamma to disappear. The more the person who fulfills the duties of learning the teachings of the Buddha appear more and more. Because of knowing the true teachings of the Dhamma, the true teachings of the Buddha through learning, they know theoretically how to practice meditation. That's why the one who fulfills the duty of learning the teachings of the Buddha, they come to know how to practice the second true Dhamma training or practicing. Because of practicing in accordance with the teachings of the Buddha through learning knowledge, he or she knows the right way of practicing leading to Nibbana. Because of this reason, Pati Veda Saddhamma, realization, attainment of path and fruition knowledge will follow. But for a ship, if we put load more and more, it is a cause of the ship to disappear. But if we learn more and more the true teachings of the Buddha, it is for the practice and it is for the realization of the Dhamma. That's why Buddha said, the true Dhamma does not disappear all at once in a way a ship sinks. The Buddha continued, Kassapa, there are 5 detrimental things that lead to the disappearance of the true Dhamma. There are 5 things that lead to the disappearance of the true Dhamma. What are the 5? Here, the bhikkhus, the bhikkhunis, the male lay followers, and the female lay followers dwell without reverence and deference towards the teacher, without having no respect to the teacher. They dwell without reverence and deference towards the Dhamma. They dwell without reverence and deference towards the Sangha. They dwell without reverence and deference towards the training. They dwell without reverence and deference towards concentration. Kassapa. These are the 5 detrimental things that lead to the disappearance of the true Dhamma. Do you remember? The 5 things that lead to the disappearance of the true Dhamma. Bhikkhus, bhikkhunis, lay devotee, male lay followers, female lay followers. Did aware, without reverence and deference towards the teacher, having no respect to the teacher. Teacher, who is he? Not Venerable Urevada. It is a Buddha. It is a Buddha. What does the teacher here mean? The teacher here means the Buddha. So it is explained in the commentary. When Buddha was present, the one who entered the order, even though Buddha is present, he never went to see to the Buddha. It means he disrespects the Buddha. Also, when the Buddha was present, some Buddha, he went somewhere on barefoot. At that time, the disciples were bhikkhus, bhikkhunis, male lay followers, female lay followers. They put on shoes, or they wear sandals or slippers. Buddha is going somewhere on foot. If they do so, it is the way they behave towards disrespectfully. Also, in the presence of the Buddha, they use umbrella. They put on hat. It is the way they behave. The way they behave is the way they behave disrespectfully to the Buddha, without reverence and deference towards the Buddha. Also, after Buddha took final Nibbana, those who say themselves, we are Buddhists, or bhikkhus, bhikkhunis, lay devotees, including male and female, they didn't go to any pagoda. They didn't go and pay respect to any stupa. It is showing disrespect to the Buddha. Also, it is explained in the commentary, in the presence of the Buddha. So, how to say? So this is according to the Buddha's teaching. When we enter the village, we need to wear the upper robe correctly wrapped around ourselves. When we enter the village, enter the city, we need to wear the upper robe correctly wrapped around our body. But if it is in the presence of the Buddha, if we do like this, according to the monastic rules, bhikkhus, vinaya, it is not the proper way. So if we approach to the senior, so we must do like this. Now, you see? This is the way it appears in the teachings of the Buddha. So I'm explaining bhikkhus, bhikkhunis, the male lay followers and female lay followers dwell without reverence and deference towards the teacher. They dwell without reverence and deference towards the Dhamma. Also they dwell without reverence and deference towards the Sangha. They dwell without reverence and deference towards the training. They dwell without reverence and deference towards concentration. These are the 5 detrimental things that lead to the disappearance of the true Dhamma. I will look at the commentary. What does it mean? They dwell without reverence and deference towards the Dhamma. So in the commentary, it is explained, when it is announced that there is a Dhamma talk. No, this is not my words. Yovana Dhamma Savani Sangoti Sakichan Nagijati. When it is announced that there is a Dhamma talk, they don't go there respectfully. Sakichan na Dhamma na Sunati. They don't listen respectfully. Nidayati, they are feeling sleepy. Also, Sakiccha na Kanati, they don't learn the teachings of the Buddha respectfully. Not Dhariti, they don't commit to memory respectfully. And someone who respectfully practice the Dhamma, he said, why do you do respectfully to the Dhamma at the time? Just keeping silent? Just by saying Dhamma? 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 What is the Dhamma? So it means that he showed disrespect to the Dhamma. It means he didn't practice in accordance with the teachings of the Buddha, didn't practice the training of morality, he or she didn't practice the training of concentration and the training of insight. This is called Dhamme Agarawa Nama. They dwell without reverence and deference towards the Dhamma. So what is the way they dwell without reverence and deference towards the Sangha? So when we are with senior bhikkhus, without any consent, if we explain the Dhamma to someone, if we discuss about the Dhamma if we give the Dhamma talk towards someone without the consent of the senior bhikkhu. It means they behave disrespectfully to the Sangha. Even though he or she does towards one bhikkhu, senior ordained ones, he behaves disrespectfully towards the Sangha order. So when the senior bhikkhus saw this is not suitable, this is not proper way of doing, if the senior bhikkhu admonished at the time, what did he do? He went out. It means he or she doesn't listen to the admonishment of the senior bhikkhu. In the Bhikkhu's Vinaya, Hatha Panati Kamma Kroti. So, how does this translate it? In the Bhikkhu's Vinaya, in the Sikhiya rules, there is one, not to teach the Dhamma to someone who is sitting with the knees raised, the arms or the clothes around. Do you get the meaning? We should not sit like this. Also, we are not allowed to teach the Dhamma to those who are sitting with the knees raised and the arms around or the clothes around. Sometimes we encounter with some of the newcomers, especially those whose legs are very long. They don't know how to sit properly, and they sit like this, sitting with the knees raised and the arms or clothes around. At that time, I need to give instructions how to practice meditation to him. If it is two, very good. One is sitting properly, I don't look at that person. I look at the person who is sitting properly, I give instructions to him, let him hear by himself. In this way we need to practice our training. So initially, some of the newcomers, they don't understand how to behave properly with the bhikkhus. At that time, we need to practice patience. Only when they understand how to behave properly towards a bhikkhu, at that time they improve. Also, in the middle of the Sangha, so if we wear the upper robe correctly wrapped around ourselves, it is also not proper. So in this way, if we practice or we behave disrespectfully towards the Sangha. So it is explained in the commentary. Upipanasa commentary. So now you see how they dwell without reverence, deference towards the Dhamma, towards the Sangha. Nowadays too, if we practice in this way, it will be the cause that lead to the disappearance of the true Dhamma. And Buddha continued, they dwell without reverence and deference towards the training. Training here means the three trainings: the training of morality, the training of concentration, and the training of insight. If they dwell without reverence and deference towards the training, they dwell without reverence and deference towards concentration. Now here you see, Buddha emphasizes on one thing: concentration. If we dwell without reverence and deference towards concentration, these are the 5 detrimental things that lead to the disappearance of the true Dhamma. That's why we all need to dwell with reverence and deference towards the teacher. We all must dwell with reverence and deference towards the Dhamma. We all must dwell with reverence and deference towards the Sangha, towards the 3 trainings, and towards the concentration. This is what the Buddha continued. There are 5 things that lead to the longevity of the true Dhamma. Longevity of the true Dhamma. To its not disappearance. What are the 5? Here, the bhikkhus, the bhikkhunis, the male lay followers, the female lay followers, dwell with reverence and deference towards the teacher. They dwell with reverence and deference towards the Dhamma, towards the Sangha, towards the 3 trainings, and towards concentration. Kassapa. These are the 5 things that lead to the longevity of the true Dhamma, to its non-disappearance. Here, as I have told all of you, quoting the words of the Buddha, to see the Dhamma is to see the Buddha. Who see the Dhamma, see the Buddha. Even though Buddha had taken final Nibbana, for those who see the Dhamma can see the Buddha. As the Buddha is not present at the present, if we know and see the Dhamma, we will see the Buddha. Because of this reason, if we want to know and see the Dhamma, we need to practice with reverence and deference towards the Dhamma. We all need to maintain the true teachings of the Dhamma. With reverence and deference towards the Dhamma means to practice or to maintain the true teachings of the Buddha in accordance with his teaching. Also, to maintain the true teachings of the Buddha, we all need Sangha. But Sangha here means not just mere ordained ones. Those who don't practice the training of morality, they cannot maintain the true teachings of the Buddha. In the commentary it is explained. It is said, Vinayatite Tadanantita Hoti. I forgot. Vinayatite Tadanantita Hoti. If there are those who practice the Dhamma, who practice the Vinaya, who practice the Bhikkhu's rules, they will be those who sustain the teachings of the Buddha. What does the training of morality teach us? What to speak, what not to speak. How to behave, how not to behave. If we don't practice the training of morality, we will not be those who can sustain the true teachings of the Buddha. We will not follow what the Buddha said not to speak, we speak. We will not follow what the Buddha said not to behave, we behave. So we will not sustain the teachings of the Buddha. That's why, if you want to sustain the true teachings of the Buddha, it means if you want to do for the good of many at the present and in the future, please change your mind. Not to do what you want to do, just to do what you should do. If you want to be the one who really do for the good of others, we must be the one who don't do what we want to do, who do what we should do. If we do what we want to do, we cannot do for the good of others. We must be very patient. We must practice patience to do what we should do, to say what we should say. Why do people argue one another? Why do people argue with one another? Why do people hate one another? Why do people dislike one another? Because they properly behave, because they properly speak, or because they speak skillfully, or because they behave skillfully? No. Because they speak the way they like. They behave the way they like. If they do so, there will be many misunderstandings. They cannot do for the good of others. That's why the training of morality guides us how to behave properly, how to speak properly. That's why if you practice the training of the morality, you will see the beauty of that practice. It is very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. It is for the happiness at the present, it is for the happiness in the future. And it is for the realization of the Dhamma, and it is to sustain the true teachings of the Buddha too. Vinayo nama sasanasa ayu. What is the training rules? The training rules is the lifespan of the teachings of the Buddha. The day, those who don't, the day who practice the training rules, the day who practice the training rules are no more. On that day, the teachings of the Buddha disappear. Because they will not properly behave, they will not properly teach the Dhamma. They will misleading people. That's why it is impossible to know and to see the Dhamma. It is impossible to realize the Dhamma. It is impossible to see the Dhamma. It is impossible to see the Buddha too. Because of this reason, we all need to maintain the true teachings of the Buddha. Now we are very fortunate. The reason is the Venerable Pa-Auk, who knows learning very thoroughly, who knows Pali text, commentary, sub-commentary very well, as it is explained in the commentary. Because of fulfilling the duty of learning, he knows theoretically how to practice meditation. He sustained the first true Dhamma, learning, spending many years studying the teachings of the Buddha intellectually and theoretically. Because of this reason, he can teach the meditation practice in accordance with Pali text, commentary and sub-commentary. What is your opinion? Those who don't follow the words of the Buddha, they teach the way they incline teaching. They teach the way their teacher teaching, not in accordance with the Pali text, commentary and sub-commentary. And the one who teach in accordance with the Pali text, commentary and sub-commentary, without using his own idea, who should you? Who is reliable? This is what we all deeply consider about. Some they complain, but they never complain. Those who don't quote the words of the Buddha. But the one who quotes the words of the Buddha all the time, they say, where it appear? Where it appear? But they never complain to those who don't quote the words of the Buddha, they accept everything. No need to think about what is their quotation, because this is their own idea, many of their teachings. That's why what I want to say is I'm not I'm not telling bad about others, just to consider about it. According to this sutta, we all need to sustain the three kinds of true Dhamma. Only then we can practice in accordance with the true teachings of the Buddha. Only then we can realize the Dhamma as they really are. Only then we will know, we will see the truth as they really are, and we will see the Buddha. Let me stop here today. Any questions? To those who know my brother, I want all of you to know, my brother who was a bhikkhu, who lived in Thailand, he passed away 2 days ago. Yesterday. In Thailand, 59 years old. 4 days after he was in hospital, the doctor said there was wound in the lungs. Maybe what is the reason? I don't know too. So the virus, it infected another site, already infected. So the day before yesterday, I heard getting better. Yesterday morning, I came to know he passed away. So nobody expected he is going to pass away in such age, because in Thailand, they also, my relatives, those who are very much older than my brother. So he lived as a bhikkhu. He was very very quiet bhikkhu who never made any disturbance to anybody. So he didn't do bad things, but when times ripened, so he left his body behind. That's why Don't be busy with many other things. We are not sure when we are going to die. Tomorrow will be. That's why be mindful all the time. So what is the question?
Okay, before I start the question, this is from all of us. Salvador Mata, Sade Sankara Anisha, please accept our condolences. May your brother go to a good destination. Amen. Now I'll start the first question. In Bante's last Dhamma talk, Bante mentioned excess concentration can lead to attain Nibbana. Then why is there a need to practice absorption concentration before learning Vipassana?
Okay, good question. As you all know, in times of the Buddha, there are two types of meditators who practice insight meditation based on absorption jhana concentration. Another one, pure insight meditators who practice insight meditation strictly without developing absorption jhana concentration. As these two types appear in times of the Buddha, as the Buddha taught such two kinds of meditators in his presence, we are also following the way the Buddha taught. As for the Buddha, who knows everything, who knows individual accumulated baramis, before he is going to teach someone, he looked, or he surveyed, he looked at a person who he is going to teach. What is his inclination? What is his or her accumulated barami? What had she or he practiced in the past? And what should I teach now? Buddha knew very clearly. That's why for Buddha, sometimes he teach absorption jhana concentration to a certain yogi. And if he knew that this is a person who can practice supernatural power, he continued teaching them supernatural power. Only after that, Buddha taught insight meditation. What we notice in the teachings of the Buddha taught to many his disciples, not just absorption concentration. He continued teaching them supernatural power. The better the concentration, the stronger the concentration, the better the penetration. That's why, for those who want to practice insight meditation based on absorption concentration, they need to do according to the Buddha's teaching. If they want to be pure insight meditators, then this is their choice. They can start strictly insight meditation, practicing 4 elements meditation, not the others. So, as a pure insight meditators, they can attain path and fruition knowledge. With this concentration, if they can practice insight meditation, if they can realize Nibbana, it is good enough for them. But according to our teaching experience, nowadays, just with excess concentration, the concentration is not enough the time they practice dependent origination. Because of this reason, even though they practice 4 elements meditation, before they are going to teach how to descend ultimate materiality, the time they can maintain focusing, maintain descending 4 elements in the block of bright light for 1 hour, is switch to teach him or her 32 parts of the body. The purpose is to teach them white kasina for the attainment of absorption concentration, to help them in their practice of dependent origination. So this is the way we are going, not because we disturb, just because we have. Okay?
Thank you, Anthony, for answering the question. The next question is, the Buddha teaches the 8-fold Noble Path for the realization of Nibbana. Does the 8-fold Noble Path also leads to the attainment of Buddhahood?
For the attainment of Buddhahood, you must be fulfilled 10 plus 20 more baramis. But only when you have fulfilled your barami, at least for incalculable and 100,000 years, 100,000 eons, like our Bodhisattva Siddhartha. It is his last existence. He had fulfilled all his baramis. In that life he is going to attain final Nibbana. So only at that life he practiced, only in that life his practice lead to Buddhahood. Before it is just fulfilling barami, practicing the training of morality, the training of concentration, and the training of insight. But up to the knowledge of discerning, knowledge of equanimity towards formation, Sankharupeka Jnana. Because of their aspiration, they cannot go beyond. Only when they had fulfilled all their barami for 4 incalculable and 100,000 eons, this is at least in their last existence, they practice 8-fold Noble Path. Also, for the attainment of path and fruition knowledge, with associated with omniscient knowledge, it became Buddha at that time.
The next question. To be a successful meditator, our mind must be very calm and stable. But sometimes unexpected things happen and disturb our practice, and we cannot maintain that state of mind. What should we do to develop unshakable mind?
Unshakable mind is developed only when you attain first path and fruition knowledge. Now it's just to maintain calm and stable mind. Whenever you practice meditation, it means you need to know what to do and what not to do. You must avoid something that can disturb your mind. You need to reflect what to do and what not to do to be able to maintain calm and stable mind. And if you don't avoid doing something that can disturb you, if you don't avoid speaking something that it can disturb you, you are not the one who supports your meditation practice.
Some meditators experience their practice going up and down, meaning not stable. Even some people lose their jhana concentration very easily. To develop concentration to the previous state of mind again day, that is to maintain the previous concentration, it is much more difficult than the first time. Why does this happen, and what should we do to overcome this problem?
If you want to experience what you have experienced before, you must do without expecting it. If you have expectation for what you have experienced before, your mind is not calm. Your mind inclined to experience something that what you have experienced before. Because of this reason, your focusing will not be good. Without thinking about what you have attained before, without longing for what you have experienced before, just with a beginner mind, we should always start our beginning. We should start our meditation sitting with beginner mind. It is important. Beginner mind is strong and beginner mind is powerful. There is no any fetters. It means there is nothing that can influence their mind, like expecting something that they have experienced before, just with calm and stable mind. Mindfully, if they focus on the object, it will be better.
So Ms. Bhante is saying that, let's say the meditator actually wants to experience the previous state of mind. Is there attachment to it?
That attachment disturbs him or her. If they don't expect it, if they just focus with calm and stable mind, they can experience better than what they had before.
I will now read the next question. In the first Dhamma talk, Bhante mentioned that only three-rooted person can attain jhana, magga and phala in this very life. How can we create the cause to be reborn as a three-rooted person in our next life?
When we are going to do good deeds such as offering, before the time, before offering, the time offering, and after offering, their mind must be happy with what they are doing, should be happy with what they are doing, and they should do, if it is associated with faith on karma and its result, they must do happily before they are going to make an offering. They must be happy with what they are going to do. The time they are making an offering, they must be happy with what they are doing. After they have done, they must be happy with what they have done. Also, they did it or they do it with the faith on the karma and its result. If such karma appeared at the near-death moment of this very life, in the future, you will be reborn with the three-rooted we will be three-rooted person. Okay?
We all want to be successful in our practice, and when we are not in progress, some meditators feel very sad and depressed. Is this because we are practicing with lobha? Next question, what is the right attitude in practicing meditation?
Yes, it is true. We all want to be successful in whatever we are doing. As we are meditators, all of us want to be successful meditators. But let me ask you a question. What is successful meditator? Arahant. Who can be a successful meditator? If you don't give me an answer, I will explain a little bit more. We need right attitude. If we want to be a successful meditator, emulating our bodhisattva. Bodhisattva, after receiving definite prophecy from the Dipangara Buddha, he practiced fulfilling all his bharamis. How long? For incalculable and 100,000 eons. Is it short or long? Very, 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 very long. It is impossible to say in numbers. So many of you know, maybe some of you don't know yet. For incalculables, as it is said incalculables, it is incalculables. But for incalculables and 100,000 eons, for about eons, in time of the Buddha, bhikkhus, they asked a question to the Buddha. Buddha, how long is an eon? Buddha said, it is impossible to say in number. So Buddha, the bhikkhu, said to the Buddha again, Buddha, is it possible to give an example? If it is impossible to say in number, yes, it is possible. There is a very huge mountain. In Pali it is said 8 yojana high. 8 yojana. Yeah, 8 yojana high, 8 yojana long, and 8 yojana wide. So it is the measurement. It varies a little bit, but we take 10 miles for 1 yojana. So how big it is? 80 miles long 80 miles wide, 80 miles high, deep. Is it a small mountain? Very huge, big mountain. So there is a man holding cotton cloak. Once every 100 years, come and run the mountain. Finally, the mountain disappeared. Buddha said, the eon is not yet finished. Short or long? Too long. That's why, who can be a successful person? Who know and who see the value of your practice can be the one, can be a successful meditator. If you think about success, you must think about the attainment of path and fruition knowledge. For the attainment of path and fruition knowledge, we all need to fulfill the Bharami. Because we didn't fulfill the Bharami in the past life, we encounter difficulty in this very life. Do we need to feel sorry for it? Is there anything wrong with you? Nothing wrong. I'm very happy with you. You are fulfilling Bharami for the realization of Nibbana. You are doing what you should do. You are fulfilling your Bharami. You are doing to be a successful meditator one day. Right? Those who could practice meditation in this very life well are those who had practiced in their past lives, like you are doing now. So you are doing the same way they have done before. That's why everything is reasonable. That's why be happy with what you are. Be happy with on the way to success. You are on the way to success if you continue your practice. The day you stop your practice, the day you destroy yourself. You make yourself to be unsuccessful meditators in this very life and in the future too. That's why all those who are practicing every day, regularly, happily, mindfully, they are those who are on the way to success. They are going to be successful meditators one day for sure. Only to step on day by day. But it will not take 4 incalculables in 100,000 years.
At the Buddha's time, many lay disciples were noble ones. Some of them didn't want to join the order because they had attachment to householders' life. Can we say that they were lacking in Nikkhamma, Parami? If so, how could they attain Madhaphala?
Along the way to Nibbana, we all need to fulfill 10 Bharamis. One of the Bharami is Nikkhamma, renunciation, giving up attachment to living things, non-living things and non-living things. For the realization of Nibbana, we need to give up attachment to living things and non-living things. quite a certain period or for the whole life. It depends on their aspiration, it depends on their barami. In times of the Buddha, in Savatthi, a lot of people attain path and fruition knowledges just by practicing meditation without ordaining, just as a lay devotees. What is the reason? Along the way, the Bodhisattva fulfill the barami. They have met with the Buddha in many, many existences. They have learned the Dhamma under the guidance of the Bodhisattva. They have practiced meditations under the guidance of the Bodhisattva. That's why they have such barami to see or to meet with the Buddha. The Buddha who knows the individual's accumulated barami, that he can teach the Dhamma righteously according to the need of individual person. Because of this reason, they are very fortunate to be enlightened one as a lay person, according to their barami and the capability of the Buddha too.
Okay, the next question. The Buddha, because of attachment to the Bodhisattva's life, practices metta bhavana, which causes the 5 khandhas. Due to this, the Bodhisattva takes rebirth. Is there any other conditions for the Bodhisattva to take rebirth?
Because of his great compassion and wisdom. Because the day he received the definite prophecy from the Dipangara Buddha, if he wished, if he wanted, he can make a final attainment, final knowledge in that very life. After listening a very short stanza, just because of great compassion towards the beings and his wisdom, he chose the way to teach many beings after his self-enlightenment. It is just because of his great compassion and wisdom.
Okay, next question. Sayadaw, to attain Nibbana, we need to destroy both wholesome and unwholesome volition formations. Sayadaw, can please further explain how wholesome volition formations can be destroyed?
Wholesome volitional formations should no need to be destroyed. Only to destroy the defilements round. Okay? If we have removed all the defilements, tan, avijja, tanha, upadana, Arahant, they also do good deeds, but it is not wholesome. It is just functional only. What is the reason? There is no more defilements. There is no attachment to any existences. There is no ignorance. Ignorance, because of this reason, all the karma they have done will not give their results. Only if they have attachment to something, the karma can give their results. Because of this reason, all the karma the Arahant did, it's just a function only. If there is no support of defilements, kilesa, all the wholesome karma is called functional.
I think the last question. Just now Bhante mentioned about the 5 causes to lead to the disappearance of the Buddha's teaching. The 4th cause is training, and the 5th cause is concentration. Does concentration includes in the training? That means the 4th cause.
Yeah, it includes in the 3 trainings too.
So is the training, then Pati has answered the question. Just the next one is the training referring to the 3 trainings? Okay, last question or?
No. Okay, finish?
Yes, I have 2 more questions. KIV for next week. Givante.
Wait. Oh. So we will share Mary's turn today. Also with the intention for my departed elder brother who passed away in Thailand. Idam me punyam asavakayam vaham hotu idam me punyam nibbanassa pacayo hotu mama punya bhagam sabba sattanam bhajemi te sabbe samam